I joined the Liverpool Phil in 1999, I think it was. And that was after having lived in London for a number of years. I was a student there. And although I'm originally from Norway, I grew up in Oslo. I came to London to study, and I suppose during those years I came sort of used to the music scene here, and was tickled by the challenge of joining the profession here. And so I think it was in the last year of my studies, I was tempted by an ad in the Strad magazine and came to audition for the Phil. And yes, I haven't looked back really. To play for the RLPO for me is something I'm very, very proud of. I've played with a number of other orchestras also, experiences that I have enjoyed, but I have never had that sense of pride and belonging as I felt here. It has something to do with, for sure, the relationship we have with our audiences, the fact that I recognize so many people, and meeting people in the street who might recognize me or something, and they keep referring to us, the orchestra, as our orchestra. And I feel that's a very special thing. It's hard for me to pick out a single influence, because I suppose me as a musician is made out of so many influences, bigger or smaller. But of course I wouldn't have been a musician in the first place if I hadn't been kind of introduced to what I'm doing in the first place. I'm sort of grown up with music. My father's a great musician, great jazz musician as well as a classical player. So I suppose the greatest influences were already about being introduced to music as something that is all around you, something that you live and breathe. The greatest part of playing with an orchestra for me is the repertoire, which is so vast and varied. The repertoire we play, it spans hundreds of years of great minds, musical minds, trying to express their feelings or their ideas of the world through dots on paper. And I just find it hugely fascinating, and I don't grow bored of it. And it's a challenge. The funniest moments at the Phil, in a way it's so many. I would say the problem is that the funniest moments are just about always linked to something going wrong. And I'm not sure if I have a good enough lawyer to be talking about my funniest moments at the Phil.